To build good cars and develop good EVs, you need strong core technology R&D. This is the new, long march of scientific and technological independence and self-reliance. The world has never seen an auto industry of this size and scale. This is a giant machine just getting ramped up. Brace yourselves for a game-changing breakthrough that is set to rock the entire electric vehicle industry in China, the world's largest EV market. It's been losing ground to domestic automakers as a ruthless price war has inflamed an already competitive market. According to BYD's CEO, a brand new engine is on the horizon that promises to disrupt every competitor on the market and leave them struggling to catch up with its revolutionary capabilities. It has the power to redefine how we think about EV performance and efficiency. Get ready for an electrifying ride as we explore the bold claim that may reshape transportation forever. Imagine a future where vehicles can travel farther, charge at lightning speed, and remain gentle on our environment. That's exactly what revolutionary engine technology promises to bring. By pushing the boundaries of engineering, this breakthrough could transform the way we power our cars, trucks, and buses. At its core, the idea is simple: enhance efficiency without sacrificing performance. Engineers are testing new materials that can handle extreme temperatures and pressures while staying both lightweight and tough. This reduces wasted energy and cuts down on harmful emissions. The result is a cleaner, more economical ride for drivers everywhere. By pairing these engines with improved battery systems, vehicles can charge in minutes, not hours. This seamless combination aims to overcome the lingering concerns about range anxiety and slow charging. Imagine driving long distances without worrying about finding a station or waiting forever to refuel. Affordability remains a priority as engineers refine manufacturing methods to keep prices in check by making components easier to produce. Revolutionary engine technology could become a mainstream option rather than a luxury item. This approach balances performance, cost, and environmental impact, moving us closer to universal clean mobility. What truly makes BYD a disruptor is its tight focus on efficiency and vertical integration. Controlling everything from battery production to final assembly allows the company to reduce costs and respond quickly to market needs. By merging its advanced battery expertise with sustainable materials, BYD consistently refines its technology to outpace competitors. I'm talking about the best lithium iron phosphate batteries. It's lagging them significantly, but it's coming soon. In fact, BYD's next-generation Blade battery will reportedly come in the second quarter of 2025. In 1984, Sarah made a major decision to take the last name Gilbert after her mother's marriage to Paul came to an end. Though she lost him early in life, that name tied her to the memory of a father figure who had inspired her creative hopes. Her grandfather, Harry Crane, a co-creator of The Honeymooners, also deepened her family's ties to Hollywood. Surrounded by people in the entertainment industry, Sarah believed she was meant to perform, no matter the sadness and chaos in her personal world. The pressure of fame at a young age, Sarah Gilbert soared into the public eye at just 13 years old when she was cast as Darlene Connor on the hit sitcom Roseanne. Suddenly, the quiet girl from Santa Monica found herself juggling schoolwork with long days on set, earning nods from critics and fans alike for her sharp wit and natural charm. However, stepping into the spotlight so young also brought heavy expectations. Producers recognized her talent and shaped storylines around her, forcing Sarah to grow up much faster than her peers. All eyes were on every move she made, and she had to learn quickly how to handle fame without losing her sense of self. While most teenagers worried about tests and homework, Sarah faced constant media buzz and family stresses behind the scenes. Her adoptive father, Paul Gilbert, had died shortly after she was born, and her mother remarried and divorced again, adding emotional strain to her early life. Even with these private challenges, Sarah had to show up to work as a professional each day. The industry treated her like an adult in many ways, yet she was still a child trying to figure out who she wanted to be. Balancing fame with real-life heartache was a delicate act she couldn't escape. As the breakout star of Roseanne, Sarah's role was so pivotal that producers rearranged filming schedules when she enrolled at Yale University. Determined to nurture her independence and continue her education, young Sarah flew back and forth, shooting her scenes in New York while taking classes. Though it was an incredible opportunity, it also added pressure to an already busy life. She was grateful for the chance to pursue higher learning, yet she never had the luxury of stepping away from the public's gaze. Each success only fueled the demand for more appearances and more personal details. Off-camera, Sarah also struggled with questions about her sexuality and her relationship with her father, Harold Abels, who faced financial troubles. She felt responsible for helping him, even as she fought to uphold the image of a confident young star. In truth, she was just trying to survive the scrutiny, feeling torn between work and family obligations. Constantly under the spotlight, Sarah found it difficult to preserve her privacy or process personal challenges on her own timeline. With every year spent in front of the camera, she risked losing the normal teenage experiences that most people take for granted. A painful relationship with her father. Sarah Gilbert knew heartbreak from an early age, but her struggles with her father, Harold Abels, were some of the hardest moments she faced. Her adoptive father, Paul Gilbert, passed away soon after she was born, leaving big gaps in her life. Then, her mother remarried Harold, and for a while, Sarah hoped this man could be the dad she had always longed for. Yet, as she grew older and rose to fame on Roseanne, it became clear that Harold's personal problems would put her in a very difficult spot. A painful relationship with her father. Sarah Gilbert knew heartbreak from an early age, but her struggles with her father, Harold Abels, were some of the hardest moments she faced. Her adoptive father, Paul Gilbert, passed away soon after she was born, leaving big gaps in her life. Then, her mother remarried Harold, and for a while, Sarah hoped this man could be the dad she had always longed for. Yet, as she grew older and rose to fame on Roseanne, it became clear that Harold's personal problems would put her in a very difficult spot. Harold, once a respected lawyer, fell on hard times and looked to Sarah for financial help. Though she was barely out of her teens, Sarah found herself supporting him with the money she earned from her acting. She cared deeply about him and wanted to ease his burden, but it felt overwhelming to provide for someone who was supposed to protect her. With each contribution she made, she questioned why the role of caregiver had fallen on her so young. She was only 18 or 19, but earning more than her father, who had lost his way. Their relationship turned tense as Sarah felt uncertain about how far her support should go. Eventually she chose to stop giving Harold money. This decision weighed heavily on her heart. She realized how much he must have struggled with asking for her help in the first place. Even though it felt right to set these boundaries, she could not ignore the sadness that came from watching her father spiral. Years passed with hurt feelings on both sides, but when Harold fell seriously ill, Sarah stepped up once again. She became his main caregiver in his later years, standing by him when he needed her most. Despite the painful history and many regrets, she did her best to mend what was broken between them. By the time Harold passed away, Sarah had given much of her strength to their complicated bond, channeling her guilt and love into caring for him right up until the end. That final act of kindness helped her find some peace in the midst of their long, messy story. Still, she carried the burden of a daughter who'd had to grow up too fast, providing for her own father while also supporting her own dreams. Sarah's relationship with Harold was marked by confusion and heartbreak, but it also showed her capacity for compassion, resilience, and the deep need we all have for acceptance, no matter how late it arrives. Coming to terms with her sexuality, Sarah Gilbert's path to accepting